Okay, hello there, and welcome to another episode of News from the Gelding. Okay, thought I'd just do another live stream just because I haven't got that much time. Yes, right, I've got a couple more paintings, two new paintings to show you that I've done this week. You can see one peeking over my shoulder there. But before that, I've just going to talk about a couple of things that's happened in the week. Not that I don't know if you're interested or not, but anyway, skip forward ahead to the paintings if you wish. The first thing is I was hoping to do about 3 paintings this week, but I've been plagued by the old headaches and migraines again. So if you remember before, I was getting a migraine almost every single day on my school run that I do for my job. I'd get to the last drop off and I'd get out of the car for a breather, and about 30 seconds later I would get a migraine. Still no idea why, but I'm suspecting it's to do with the air conditioning now, because the car gets so nicely acclimatized, nice and cool, that I step outside into the 30-degree heat and bang, I'm getting a migraine. So I've just toned down the temperature on the car a little bit, and I'm not getting out of the car now. I'm just staying sat there. I think it's when I stand up, the pressures get into my noggin. It could still be something lethal waiting to kill me, but who knows? Yeah. Okay, so yes, the other thing is something out of the ordinary happened to me on Monday. So I just finished my work for the day. I was driving back with a migraine again, so I was in no mood for any shenanigans, and I pulled up and someone was sitting in my driveway, a homeless chap. So I opened the window and said, "Look, can you move out of the way? I'm just trying to park here." And he wouldn't budge. He said, "Well, where can I go?" So I managed to park without killing him, and then I helped him up. He had a big bag of cider and was drinking it, and so I helped him elsewhere. So I said, "Where do you want to go?" He wanted to go to a park, but then he spied the cemetery nearby and said, "Take me over there, old boy." Not in that way. But anyway, yeah, so I took him over there. It was quite tricky. I was slightly worried about the chance of catching COVID off him, but you never know, do you? And I had to get in quite close proximity because he could barely walk. So I had my arm kind of laced into his. Anyway, yeah, took him there and sat him down on the steps of the church, which is where he wanted to go. At this point, I felt very sorry for the poor chap, so I said, "Look, can I call anyone for you?" And he gave me a number, rattled a number off, and I managed to speak to his twin sister. And she said, "Oh no, he shouldn't be out of hospital." So the chap had just discharged himself from hospital that morning, and he shouldn't have. He had a very bad problems with his liver and his kidneys. The last thing he should have been doing was sitting in the full sun, drinking 8% cider. 8% ABV, no good in this weather, especially with that kind of condition. So she said, "You're going to have to call an ambulance." So that's what I proceeded to do. And I dialed 999. I've done it a couple of times in the past for various things, but this time I was on hold. It was engaged. 999 was engaged for about 5 minutes, and then it rang off. I didn't think that happened, but incidentally, I saw on the local news just now that the local emergency services in Devon and Cornwall are currently inundated because of the tourist season, various reasons, COVID. So we had a situation there. They weren't picking up. So then I rang the police, and they said, "Call 999." So I did that. I eventually got through, and they said, "Blah blah blah. We'll send an ambulance out in 2 to 3 hours." So anyway, this might be boring, but anyway, I'll tell it. You can skip ahead if you don't like it. luckily there was a lady from the church that popped out, and she said she would sit with him for half an hour whilst I went to go and get something to eat. So did that. Yeah, okay. I had some food, came back with my book because he was falling asleep before. I thought maybe I'd just read my book whilst he's sleeping away. But he was wide awake and quite conversational. He's talking to the lady about religion, I think. But anyway, the police turned up about half an hour later and took him away in a van to the hospital. But there we are. It's quite sad, really. Poor chap. I mean, I was asked for his age, over the phone. I said, well, late 50s, I'd say. And it turned out he was in his late 40s. But, a lifetime of alcohol abuse had taken its toll on the poor fellow. Hopefully he's okay, but I can just see him discharging himself again and getting a refill on the old cider. But anyway, yeah, that was Monday. But then, okay, after that, I've been working on a couple of paintings. So the first one I'll show you is one that I've shown before, but I've finished it now. So I finished it today, actually. This one here. So I did a series of these abstract backgrounds back along ages ago, and this one I put this face here. It seemed to be begging for a face in this sideways alignment. So yeah, that's what I did. I'm quite pleased with it. I quite enjoyed painting these skin tones. Yeah, not bad. And the highlights, I just did this last thing today. Quite enjoyable. Still got some masking tape on it. Okay, there we are. That will be on eBay before long. Yeah, if you want to buy it. If you're interested before it goes to eBay, let me know and I'll do your deal. This one I did yesterday and today. It's okay. I'm not 100% pleased with this one, but anyway, this one I had this kind of sunset thing that I did. Where am I going here? Should I go there? I'll go there. Yeah, and I like a few of these in the past. I just put like a face, and I quite like this slightly quizzical looking lady. And yeah, plonked her on. So I finished it last night. It took about 5 hours altogether, and I was having a hellish time because it's hot as hell in here, and I just couldn't concentrate. So I think I spent almost 2 hours just doing her face, and then I just kind of lost the plot in the. And I just started banging in the body and everything else really quickly. It was okay, yeah, last night, but when I woke up next morning, I wasn't happy with one of the eyes, and I just did a tiny little brushstroke on it, and it fucking ruined it. And I tried to remove it, and it took the paint back down to the blue background, and I had a hellish time trying to match it back again. Because then I was laying the other paint on top of already dried paint or partially dried paint. So I ended up having to rub off the whole of this cheek and repainting that whole thing. Once I had done that, I'd altered the kind of the tonal value a bit. It wasn't perfect anyway. And so then I proceeded to redo the whole body again, just to lighten the tones. It's okay, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I didn't enjoy painting it, but I think it's okay. And there's a bloody brush. My brush hair was on there. Okay. Anyway, those are the two I've done this week. I've got 3 more days to work, and then I've got 6 weeks off. So then I shall be painting like a mad bastard as much as I can. I think I've already set a personal record for the number of paintings already done this year. I think I'm on about 19 or 20, which is, yeah, I've never done that many before. And that's because I'm not writing. But anyway, it's just a phase. I'll be back on writing again soon. But I'm going to keep the painting churning in the background. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And that's definitely true of painting, I find. Okay, right, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, so this 6 weeks I've got coming off, I'll be doing hopefully slightly better videos. Going to do some book reviews hopefully, and some more live streams where I get nailed on ale and talk babbling shit for about 3 hours. So if you fancy a bit of that, you know where to come. Right, cheerio everyone. Cheerio. Say goodbye, Sir Percival. Cheerio, you bastard.